Hey everybody, I'm in the kitchen today, and today we are making cowboy candy. For those of you who don't know what cowboy candy is, it is candied jalapenos. So it's my first time making them, so we're going to take you through step-by-step journey today on how we're going to do it. With your ingredients today though, you're going to need about 2 pounds of jalapenos. That's going to be sliced up, not chopped up, not diced up. They're going to be in perfect round slices. You're going to need sugar, apple cider vinegar, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, celery seed, turmeric, and mustard, yellow mustard seeds. So we are going to get busy chopping everything up, getting everything ready to take you step by step. So let's get at it. So we're back. Now, what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and start the syrup for the candied jalapenos. We're going to do apple cider vinegar, 1.5 cups. Four cups of sugar. I have all of my seasonings mixed, placed in this, but for your mustard seed, you're going to do 1.5 ounces of mustard seed, 2 tablespoons of garlic, 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric, 1/2 teaspoon of celery seed, and 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne. You're going to mix all of that together. We're going to put the setting on medium-high heat to bring to a boil. And once it starts to boil, we're going to let it boil for about 5 minutes. Now I have cut up my jalapenos, so it'll be ready to go as soon as this comes to a boil and cooks for 5 minutes. Then we'll add the jalapenos to the mixture. Which, thank you, my helper. Here is the jalapenos that are cut. This is 2 pounds of jalapenos. Now this is going to make about 9 half-pint jars. Yeah, about 9 half-pint jars. So I have those jars in the oven, heating up, sterilizing, and I have that set on 250. Now once all of this is done, I have my pot here. It's getting ready for the water bath. I just turned that on so I can get it to start boiling, so we can do water bath the jars after we fill them. Like I said, this is my first time to ever make it, but I've had people messaging me about it, wanting me to start selling it along with my pepper jellies. So I decided I'm going to give it a try. Now on all of the recipes that I have read up on, and I've read through a lot of them, they come up as you have to let them set for a couple weeks. So after today, these will go in a dark, cool place to rest for a couple of weeks before you can eat them. So this has got about 25 seconds left to boil, and then we're going to add the jalapenos and bring it back up to a low boil and boil that for 5 minutes. And once that is done, we separate the jalapenos from the juice in the jars, and once we get all of the jars full of the jalapenos, then we start adding the juice. So now we're going to add all of these beautiful jalapenos to the mixture. Be careful, very hot. mix them all in really good to where all of the juices get on all of them. You hear my little helper in there in the background. She's just talking because she wants to be in here. She likes to be in the midst of everything. So we're going to take that back up to medium heat to bring it back up to a boil, like I said. You know, I didn't know what to expect when I started to make this because I'm used to making pepper jellies. And I'm used to the smells that each individual jelly has. So this started coming up to a boil, and it had a really hot spice smell to it, and the jalapenos wasn't even added yet. So, and the only thing that was really hot in there was the cayenne pepper, and that was only half a teaspoon, so I don't know if that was causing the heat smell. But we actually had to open a couple doors in the house because it was a little too strong. So if you're doing this recipe, and I'll post the recipe whenever I get done with the video and upload and everything. If you're doing this recipe, make sure your home is very well ventilated because it is very, very strong. So we're just waiting for it now to come to a boil. And once it comes to a boil, like I said, we're going to take it down to low boil for 5 minutes. It's pretty much all covered in the juice. I mean, I've heard really good stories about cowboy candy that is sweet and spicy. People like to eat it the same way as they do jalapeno jelly with the cream cheese and crackers, or you know, or even just by itself. What a lady had told me, she'd just take a small little jar and just go to town at it. So I can't wait till they actually get done and I'll actually get to try one. Which Charlie and I don't get to try a lot of this stuff because with him being a diabetic and with me no sugar, we don't get to eat a lot of this. So actually I have my kids try them a lot of times to let me know on how they are. It's kind of funny because my daughter, my oldest daughter, all of my new pepper jellies that I would come out with, she would say, "Okay, Mom, what am I getting now? What am I going to be trying now?" So, what concoction have you come up with? So, actually, I have a bright idea. Actually, I don't. My partner here has a bright idea. We are going to do a giveaway. I tell you what, if we can get 100 subscribers, I will give a jar of cowboy candy away. So yes, you heard me right. The very first ever cowboy candy giveaway for Charlie and Brandy's Backyard Gardening and More. 100 subscribers on YouTube. All you do is hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, leave a comment on this post, this video right here. Leave a comment stating that you would like to be placed in the drawing, and we will place you in the drawing. even if you are a subscriber already and you want to be placed in this drawing, put your name in the hat. Get your cowboy candy. Like I said, get 100 subscribers, give some candy away. So it's just coming up to a low simmer right now. So we're going to wait, give it just a couple more minutes and let it come to a full boil. Oh, it's starting to do now. Oh, it's heat. The smell. And a full boil is where you can stir it and it won't knock it down any at all. So we have it to a full boil, so we're going to take it down to low now. And we're going to cook it, excuse me, for another 5 minutes. Give it a good stir. I got my timer set. So let's let it cook now. Okay, everyone, it has been cooking for 5 minutes. So it is ready to start placing into the jars. So I'm going to take my jars out of the oven and place them over here so that we can get those ready to go. So now it states to place your jalapenos in first. So I have a slotted spoon so that I could do that. We're going to try this. And I do have my burper. And Charlie said he was watching a lady the other day that was upset because she couldn't find her burper. I just found my burper. I haven't been able to find mine for a while. And I found it. This is the fun part. Fill in the jars. Honestly don't think it is going to make as many jars as it says that it was going to. We might get 5 or 6 jars out of it, but I don't see 9 like it says. She's so cute. She found her voice, so everything to her now. And she learned how to say hey. So hey is her new word. Yeah, it's not going to make 9 jars like I said it was going to. It's going to make 6. So 2 pounds of jalapenos will make 6 jars. You know, and this is always a trial. So anytime you do something new, you never know how the recipe is actually going to turn out until you actually do it. And like I said, don't forget to go on our YouTube channel and subscribe to our channel and place on this video right here, the one that you're watching right now, that you want to be entered for a chance to win for this drawing. Okay, so I got all of the jalapenos out of here. They're out. So now we are going to place the juice in. A little at a time, this calls for. Get my ladle. I don't know if you can see this, but you can see all the mustard seeds and the jalapeno seeds and the celery seeds. Everything just all together. From my understanding, this doesn't set up like a jelly does. So, like I said, I'm all new to cowboy candy, but I'm into learning. And if it turns out good, that's a good thing, right? Even if it turns out not so good, it's still good because it's a learning process. Everything is a learning process. You got to start from somewhere. Now with the juice, it looks like we could have done 1 or 2 more jars, but we would have just had to do more jalapenos. Okay. Huh?
Still got to burp it.
Yeah, I still have to burp it. Okay, my burper. So what you do with the burper is, most people know, you just go along the sides of the jars to get out all the air. Take everything. Make sure that your jalapenos are covered good with juice. The apple cider vinegar. Charlie asked a good question. He said, what preserves it? The apple cider vinegar does. Okay, so we got that done. All of my peppers are pretty much covered pretty good, so I'm going to add a little bit more juice to some of these. After doing that, now we are going to clean the rims down.
And I'm just gonna say hi. Say hi.
Hi, Miss Autumn. Okay, I'm gonna make sure my rims are nice and free of seeds and everything, so that it does a really good seal. Whenever I place the tops on them. Okay. That's syrup up. Now, get all of these. You always want to make sure that you use new ones of these. The rings, it's not so much. But these, you need to use new ones. Don't keep reusing old ones because it won't get a good seal. Your rings you can reuse as long as they don't have rust in them. But also remember, once your stuff sets and you're going to store it, make sure you take your rings off so that you know you have a good seal and nothing pops open. If it does, then you know that it's no good. So okay, we tighten these. And now we're going to make sure that the water is ready for the water baths. I just want to show you this. So far it looks, I guess it looks good. You can see all the mustard seeds and all the other seeds in it. Hopefully it turns out as good as it looks. We will find out in a couple weeks. So let me check the pot over here to see if it's ready. Not quite yet. So we're going to bring it back up to a boil. Bring that up to a boil, and we're going to place these in and water bath them for 10 minutes. Take them out and let them set for 2 weeks. After that, you have cowboy candy. Just a reminder, make sure you subscribe to Charlie and Brandy's Backyard Gardening and More. Once we get 100 subscribers, we will do a live giveaway of cowboy candy. Make sure you post on this video here that you want to be entered into the drawing. If you're already a subscriber, say you want to be entered. Thank you, and have a blessed day. From Charlie and Brandy's Backyard Gardening and More, from our home to your home. Have a blessed one.
Say bye. Say bye.